Hi, so this is something I do like every 6 months or so. And that is my bookcase. So as you can see, there's some there, and other places. So we'll have a look at those and yeah, let's have a look. Hi, so first of all, we're going to look at what I affectionately call the manga wall. So let's take a look. Okay. Hi, so this is my manga wall, overlooked by Back to the Future, one of my all-time favorite films. So as you can see, I've got my little talismans. So I've got Luffy, Godzilla. I've forgotten the name of the girl from Demon whatever. Sakamoto from Sakamoto Days and L from Death Note. So it was predominantly manga on here, but now the compact comic has kind of crept in. But as you can see, there's other little chatskis on here. So we've got Blondie, Devo, and we also have Johnny Ramone. I can't read. So let's have a look at what books we've got here. So we've got one of my favourite mangakas, which is Naoki Urasawa, Pluto, and Azadora. That's his latest title, Master Keaton. That's really hard to get hold of, so I've only got volume one of that. And I'll come back to those others below them. But we'll just focus on Naoki Urasawa at the moment. So we've got Sneeze, which is a really good. That's a really good jump. If you want to just try, see what he's like, that's a collection of short stories by him. He's very interested in music. He's like a side musician as well as being an artist and writer. And Mujirushi is a really fun one-shot story. And then his magnum opus is 20th Century Boys, which finishes off with 21st Century Boys, which is a coda to it all. Really, one of my all-time. In fact, I think it is my favorite comic story of all time. So that's the GOAT, Naoki Urasawa, quite possibly my favourite writer artist out of the West and the East. But then we move to another one who's kind of like the modern version. This guy's a bit more emo, to be honest, and this is Inyo Asano. Mujina Into the Deep I've done reviews of, so check my videos out for those. It's just a fantastic series. And then we have Dead Demons DDDDD Destruction, which was made into anime, but they changed the beginning in the anime, so I don't know why they did that. One series I did do a review of, which is fantastic, is Manhole. Very much got like Seven kind of vibes to it. Scars is really fun. This is a curious one. I think the artist is from Spain or somewhere like that. So kind of a European manga, but it's a good LGBTQ. That's a shame. That's bad that I can't say LGBTQ romance. Indigo is one I think from the Philippines or somewhere like that. But this is a manga imprint from Mad Cave. And Dope Man is by the he did an anime and I can't remember what it's called. I've got brain farts today, so ignore me. Search and Destroy is a really good one from Fantagraphics. Baron Cat is one that they based the anime off from Studio Ghibli, and then Kukurabachi. I'm not too sure. I might be unhauling that. It's not really gripped me. There's a lot of hype behind it. Sandland is by the creator of Dragon Ball Z, and then we've got, of course, Junji Ito. I like him, but I don't go crazy over him. Then we've got Fist of North Star, good 80s goodness. And then the closest thing Japan's got to a Mobius is Tao Matsumoto. And I've got number 5, Cats of the Louvre. He's done one called Ping Pong, What I Want to Get, which is basically just about ping pong. And there's a few other series of his that I want to get. Black and White is another one which is really good. And then one that I have really started enjoying is Dan Da Dan. Couldn't get into the anime, but I really enjoy the manga. So when books like that, it means I'm not ready yet. So I've got to read volume 3 and then I'll get the next. Mao is by the superb mangaka Rumiko Takahashi, one of my all-time favourites. That's one of her more recent series. Of course, there's a fantastic anime out of that. I am going to get the rest of Ramna when I get around to it. Can't buy everything all at once, unless you're geeky old hog. And then I got Urusei Yatsura, which is about an alien princess who falls in love with the most misogynistic, obnoxious guy It's just hilarious. It's a really good comedy. And then Lupin the Third, about the world's best thief. And we have, which I've done a look at, H.P. Lovecraft, two adaptations by Gao Tanabe. So we've got The Shadow over Innsmouth and Call of Cthulhu. Then we've got Black Lagoon, book one. I can't really get into it. There's books that get hype. Sometimes they just don't. I just don't understand the hype after I've started reading them. One that I do highly recommend is Battle Royale Enforcers. Fantastic. If you like the films and the original novel and the original manga, it's like a sequel to that, and it's fantastic. Really good. Dog's Red is just fantastic. It's a really good ice hockey sports drama. And Cosmos is an interesting one about aliens and this agency on Earth who basically like taxes them and makes sure that they cross the papers and that lot. It's an interesting story. Steel and Celestial Shadows. I enjoyed book one, but book two I can't get into, so I might be dropping that as well. Snowball Earth, really enjoying. Again, I've not read those yet. Good post-apocalyptic one with kaiju and giant mechs as well. Tokyo Fears Rhapsody is a really fun, spoofy kind of one about this monster who wants to become basically a Power Ranger. Heartgear, again, I'm not sure about that one. It's kind of like Cyberpunk, but there's bits of it that I just think a bit naff. Diewell Gelder is fantastic. This is basically what it would be like if Quentin Tarantino did a manga. It's by the creator of Blade the Immortal. Highly recommend that. And then, of course, we've got the one and done Death Note collection. This is over 2,400 pages in it. And then we've got the short story collection. And then All You Need Is Killed by the same artist. The Climber, which is fantastic. Again, I did a video of that. Leviathan, again, really enjoyed that series, did a video. Komodo, not ready yet, but the art looks fantastic. Tokyo Alien Bros, very crude, but very funny. It's done by the same creator who did Hiroshima, which is completely different. This is a beautiful slice of life manga, one of my all-time favourite books. I love it. Goodbye Eerie and Look Back is by Tatsuko Fujimoto, who is the creator of Chainsaw Man. And then we're on to the American books. So we've got Swamp Thing, Len Wein and Bernie Wrightson, and then Deathlock, and then Rick and Morty, and then we've got some from Vault, Money Shots, Witchblade, and oh, these compact editions. I am hooked, as I've shown before, so that's a hell of a lot of compact editions. But there is one more collection on this section. And the final one on this section, which of course I've got to mention, is my box set of Akira. When I came into a bit of money a few years back, that was the first thing I bought, so I treated myself straight away. I got it for about £90. Now it's going for like nearly £180. So if you've not got it, it has been brought out in individual volumes as well. I do recommend it. It's just phenomenal. So that's the final part of this section. And next up, we'll look at the bits on the side. Okay, bye. Okay, so we're moving to the side now. So yes, I'm a Doctor Who geek. So we've got Davros there, two Daleks, and David Tennant's Doctor. So I got rid of all my physical books, obviously apart from comic books, a few years back. I just have a Kobo now. That's got about 600 books on it already. So what I've kept now, I've just got this wall of books, and it's like more reference type material, apart from this one, which my daughter got me a number of years ago now from a antique in brackets shop. She thought it was like an original first copy of God, it needs dusting of The Return of Sherlock Holmes. It wasn't. It's from 1997, but I love it. Obviously, it's got a lot of sentimental value. And then we've got Beventon's Phantasmagoria. This book is wonderful. The Marvel Age of Comics got some wonderful illustrations. It's written by Roy Thomas, if I remember. Must get rid of that. Doctor Who, Bibliotech. These are like all my interests. R.C. Clarke's Mysterious World. Got those from eBay because I used to love that show in the 70s and 80s. The Madman's Library, which is fascinating. It's about all these crazy books that have been made, like books of flesh and stuff. Critical Role, yes, I'm a Critical Role was. I'm not as much now. Kind of fell off. And then this huge Bronze Age DC Comics. Just wonderful. Look at all those characters. I have done videos on the DC one and the Marvel one. And there are a number of framed pictures on the wall. So let's move to this very small little selection of books here. So this is more like your indie kind of stuff. So we've got Grendel and the Shadow, Tower Chronicles by Matt Wagner, Sam Bisley, Beg the Question, which I adore, John and Nemo by Brett Ewins, The Enigma, Complete Adventures of Charlie and Flytrap, The Last Ronin and The Last Ronin Lost Years. To be honest, I was very underwhelmed with The Last Ronin. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first 7 issues, they were quite thick issues, like 40 odd pages. Weird Science Volume 1, Tales from the Crypt 1 and 2, Asterix Omnibus 1 and 2, which I've done videos on, The Savage Shores, which I think again I've done a video on, Necronomicon, which I've done a video on, From Hell, of course we've got a turtle there guarding it. I don't have many, well I've got 2 Funko Pops, that's one of them. And we have Bone and the Bone spin-off, Rose, Luther Alcrites, which I adore, I've done videos on those as well. Dorkin at the Altonville Club by Evan Dorkin, and then Rick Veitch, who I adore, Max Mortal and Boy Max Mortal, and Reed Fleming, and then Dan Brereton, Nocturnals Omnibus, and Lady Caravaggio Jones, which I've done a review of. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you what I do with my comics, because I'll show you anyway and I'll explain, that's the best. So, see this pile of comics? These are comics that I've read. Some I've bagged already. These need bagging. Yeah, as people know who buy floppies, it's a painstaking process. I don't have that many boxes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, long one at the bottom here, and then a stack of books there. And let me just show you. And over here, underneath that futon, is a massive, almost like an ottoman, and it holds about 500 comics. That's where I keep a lot of my comics as well. So there we go. Because what I do with my comics, I'm very stringent. If I don't enjoy them after 2 or 3 issues, then I stop, and I just sell them. So I keep my comic boxes to a minimum, basically because of space. Because I live in a small studio flat. Obviously, I've got to be very clever with space, and I think I've managed to do that with these. Like I said, that big Ottoman storage unit really helps because that holds about 400, 500 comics. It's huge. So I do have a lot of comics, but not as much as people like Geeky Old Hog or DC or Comics. What the fuck is he calling himself? No, Comic Patrol. Because as you'll find out in a second, I love graphic novels and collector's editions as well. Because to be honest, if I hadn't collected comics from when it was lockdown, I would have switched just to graphic novels, to be perfectly honest. But I got to invest with titles like Batman and Detective. I've got like 5 years worth of those, so I can't do the switch now. It's just not cost effective. But I am trimming it down, but DC keeps on doing good stuff. But anyway, that's a digression. We have in here this box, what I got from IKEA. There's a stack, as you can see here, of essential collections. Majority of them are X-Men. And I do have my Judge Dredd magazines as well in there as well. And I've got a similar unit like this, but one which more like I've got a top on so you can use it like a stool, which has got almost 2000 ADs in. So another way of hiding my comics in plain sight, as it were. So that's that section. Let's move on to the bookcases. Okay, so this is one of the bookcases. So as you can see here, this is the Rebellion 2000 AD section. We've got Kirk and the Starship Enterprise, because yes, I'm a Trekkie. And we've got Big Trouble in Little China as well. So we have Slain. You bet you're thinking, oh, I thought you had Volume 2. I do, and you'll see where it is in a second. We've got Zenith, Scream, Dander, Prince of the Eastern Front, Ballad of Halo Jones, Third World War, which is excellent, Brass Sun, Judge Dredd, The Essential Collections, Origins and Tour of Duty Volume 1, Judge Johnson's Shambhala. I am going to get some more essentials soon. Maze World, which is fantastic, by Alan Grant and Arthur Anson. Summer Magic, which was like, came out around about the same time, if not before, Harry Potter, and it's much more interesting, far, far better. We got Thistlebone, which is the best folk horror book I've ever read. Dion Quinch by Alan Moore and Alan Davis. Then we've got Stickleback and Kate Cradlegrave, which I've done videos. I know I've done a video on Cradlegrave. I might have done one on Stickleback. And then Smash, and then Skiz, which is like E.T. drops down in Birmingham. And then the Hell Trekkers, which I've done a video of. Fear and Foe, which I think I've done a video of. Same with Hershey. Lawless, I think I have as well. Chopper, I think I have. Devil Award, definitely have done. Rogue Trooper. Then we move to the next shelf. We've got a Posy Little Lamp. And we've got Spock, the Mego figure. And Kirk, the Mego figure from the Mirror universe. So we've got Juice Red Collections. And I've got Bad Company, which is one of my all-time favourite stories. Button Man, which is gorgeous. Shakira, which is amazing. I've not reread it, so I'm going to do a reread and then I'll do a review. And Strontium Dog, who I adore, just one of the best characters ever created. And then we move on to the Rebellion and Treasury of British Comics section. So we've got Battle Action, El Mestizo, Major Easy, The Sarge, Charlie's War, Death Wish. A lot of these I've done videos on already. House of Dolman, Carl the Viking. What a great name for a Viking, Carl. And we've got the Jose Munez collection. Dr. Mesmer's Revenge, The Spider, Robert Archie. We've got my favourite version of Star-Lord. And we have starts on the Marvel section. So we've got Miracle Man, Captain America, Ultimate X-Men. That's the only Ultimate title I really, really enjoy. Got some epic collections here. The Hulk, Red Hulk, New Mutants 1 and 2, X-Force, Wolverine, some more Wolverine and X-Lives and Deaths of Wolverine. The House of X collections. And then we come into the New Reign, which is like the Jen McKay and Gail Simone run. Got Lady Deathstrike. And down here, these are the UK ones. I've done videos on these two. These are huge collections. That's all the Frank Miller's Daredevil stuff. And this is like the best Claremont collection. I've done a review of Punisher. And we've got these Marvel Premier and Mighty Marvel Masterworks, Fantastic Four, and a load of other Marvel stuff hidden behind here. Oh, my puny arms. You can see. Quite a bit of Deathlock, which I've done a video on as well. So we'll now move on to what I call my bookcase of chaos, and you'll realise why in a second. So this was a recent acquisition. Basically, because I was just running out of room. I am going to get another bookcase soon as well. This is my bookcase of chaos. As you can see, all these books are just stacked up here. It's a bit more. There's some semblance down here, but on here we've got some essentials. We've got some more epic collections. I think it's Defenders and Avengers. We've got Nick Fury, the 90s miniseries, and other Marvel stuff there. Pardon me. Let's see. Oh yeah, some posts. Please, while you're waiting. Do you like that Guardians of the Galaxy poster? It's like Star Wars homage. Star Trek, E.T., Blade Runner, 2001, Battle Angel, Lisa, Flash. So a lot of these are books what I've done reviews of. For example, Slane, just need to put them away. Now we've got Heavy Metal magazine hidden underneath here. Down here we have quite a few of these I've done videos of as well recently, like The Beauty, Larrigan. Birthright, I don't think I've done one of that. I want to read that and then do it. Dreadstar, Hate, Rider Rovers. I'm going to be doing a video of, that's why I bought it. Usagi Yojimbo, that Bill Sienkiewicz book, what I did a video of, one of my favourite Christmas presents this year. Usagi the Goat. And down here we have a mixture of oversized perfect bound editions, and then a variety of graphic novels from different companies. Valiant, which are really good value for money. Some Gremlins. Then we have Keanu. And here we've got Nosaka. And we have Monsters. And some Mobius, Fabulous Fairy Fruit Brothers, Jan, which I did a video of, Gizmo, yes, I've got a Gremlins obsession, various Dan Klaus and Jodorowsky books, Meta Barons, etc. Back to the Future Playmobil. Oops, that's my leg. Some more oversized, like distillery books, etc. Got this, which is an interesting book. It's Seconds. Not many people talk about this. This was this book what Brian Lee O'Malley did after he did Scott Pilgrim, Hopeless Savages, and lots of like 90s, early 2000s indie books there. Mouse, which is one of my favourite graphic novel of all time. So we'll now move on to the smaller bookcase. So here we have the Justice League Compendium, which I did a video of recently. Some other books, my tablet. Now, why is my tablet with my books, you hit ask? Because for 10 years, I was predominantly read my comics digitally. I've got over 1,000 comics, more than that, must be going on for about 1,500 comics and graphic novels on my tablet. And here we have a lot of Boom, DC, and leading on to some image compendiums. So Once a Future King's fantastic. Berserker was disappointed with. Ghost Lore, highly recommend. And these complete collections are great, especially Black Badge and Running Island and Bone Parish was really good. Something is Killing Children, absolutely love. Move on to the lower deck now. And we have some more image. Ghosted, it's okay. Early Josh Williamson. Nocterra, really good. Transformers, I kind of got that because everybody else did, I must be honest. I love the art, obviously, because it's Warren Johnson and then Corona, but I'm not a Transformers person. Texas Blood, adore. Awesome Lands, which nobody talks about, but it's a gorgeous book by Kurt Busiek and Dewey. I can't remember what his first name is. Paper Girls, really cool. And Rasputin, superb. Murder Falcon, of course, one of the best books ever. Saga, Astro City, and as you can see, I've got addicted to Invincible. I'm up to book 11 now. I've read all those, and I've started on my getting brain farts again. Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips run. I'm getting the nice, reasonably priced soft covers because they're all uniform, look really nice all together. So yep, just 4 books deep, but I will be getting more. So we'll move on to the final bookcase. Okay, so this is the one that has, let me just stand up, a lot of my bigger books. So I've got all these, and I love, I'm going to get some of these before they all go, some more Superpowers figures. So I've got Deadman, I got that for £6.99. And again, got, oh God, get so many brain farts today. Dark Side, got that for about £8. I love the Superpowers figures. So I just like them more than the more detailed classic Matt Farmer figures. So here's some of my Omnibuy. So Green Lantern, Aquaman, Flash 1 and 2, Fourth World by John Byrne, not read. Fourth World Omnibus, as I've said before in a video a few years back, my all-time favourite omnibus. Using Titans, yes, I will be getting volumes 1 and 2 because they come in print now. Doom Patrol by Gerard Way. Oh, got some facsimile treasure editions there. What are they? So we've got the Batman Great Strangest Cases, and I got the Superman one as well, which I did a video of. I think I did a video of both, which was the one that came out at the time of the film. Got Alan Moore, Complete Swamp Thing, V for Vendetta, Watchmen, Tom Strong, Starman, Doctor Fate, Nightwing, Sandman Mystery. So I'm going to get in volume 2 of that, of course. Commandy, volume 2 again as well. I might all I sounded like, what's his name then? Yoda. Volume 2 I'll be getting. JLA Omnibus by Grant Morrison. Yes, I like Grant Morrison, and I say Grant Morrison on more. I like my big 2, and he's Superman, All-Star Superman. I think I got these. I've got other stuff as well by him. Got the Milestone Compendium Volume 1, which I did a video of nearly 4 years ago. And of course, got some figures: Marsh Monster, who I adore, Lobo, and what's his name? Him. Anyway, I'm sorry about this. I'm getting so much. It's my medication. That's why I'm blaming it on. So, Dark Knight Batman, Dark Knight Joker, Dark Knight Superman, and we have. I love the deluxe editions. So we've got Thou H for Hero, Kurt Busiek first Superman one that he did, Justice League Origins, Legion of Superheroes 2 volumes, Adam Strange, Gotham After Midnight by Batman, by Steve Niles and um, Kelly Jones, and we have Batman and Joker, and we also have Justice League International Volumes 1 and 2, and my long run of again I'm addicted to these DC Finest comic books. So we've got Supergirl, Doom Patrol, Justice League, Batman, and so on. Booster Gold Volumes 1 and 2. And down here is very Batman centric and other stuff. So we've got the deceased books, Tom King collections, got some of the black and white, I think they're called noir editions of some Batman books. Gorgeous books they are. I will do a review of those, a look through those at some point. Some DC Showcase, Batman and the Outsiders and Phantom Stranger. So Ram v Swamp Thing, and I forgot I had this. Got Superman, and we have more Batman stuff down there. So let's just wrap up. Okay, so that was it. I've got rid of a lot of. I've got a lot of stuff, but this is me making me excuses. I've got rid of a lot of stuff as well. Like I said, I live in a very small studio flat. I like it. I've got everything. I'm in a really nice part of where I live, and the price I have it for. You don't need to know this, but put it this way: very good cost of living here. What I've got here, but because it is a small studio flat, I've got to be wise. So yeah, something. If I don't like a book or a comic, get rid, recycle, sell it, give it away, whatever, and just keep the stuff I like. And that's what means I can just get a nice, healthy turnover, and I never get over congested. As I said, after showing you the, pardon me, the bookcase of chaos. So I just need to get one more bookcase, and then I'll be happy. But so it has grown quite a bit, as you can see, like with the compact editions and the DC Finest, I've got a lot more compendiums, and it will carry on growing. But this is the fun of the hobby. But like I said, unlike people like Comics Patrol and Geek Your Hog, I'm not sentimental when it comes to comics. I like the memories, but I don't need the physical original object. So I've got hundreds and thousands of books on digital. I've got the full run of Hellboy and blah, blah, blah. I am now getting it physically again because I just like that story and it looks nice physically. But I can see it's coming to a point in another few years where my weekly comic pool gets more and more streamlined. I'm doing it now. I'm stopping comics that haven't even come out yet because I do really need it. I'll just get it collected. For example, Benjamin Percy's Punisher. I will just get that now in trade. I was going to get it physically, but I'm not going to get that temptation because at the end of the day, I try and deny it, but I am very much a DC fan, and DC at the moment are doing amazing things with the comics for a reasonable price as well, with great creative teams, and I can't wait for collector's editions for those. So I'd rather trade wait for stuff like new Marvel stuff and some select Image comics. But there's some comics where I do get FOMO, and it's like I said, the All-In, Vertigo, and the Absolute lines at DC. It is what it is at the moment. They are on such a high. But this is me digressing really wildly. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now I've got to edit it all together. It's going to be a nightmare, but hope you enjoyed it. And normal service will resume soon. I will be doing a review of like a month's worth of 2000 ADs. I've just got to wait for this next one to come in, and I've got to read 2 as well. And I'll be doing some graphic novel reviews as well in either later on this weekend or might be next weekend. Okay, bye.